Hello, help keep these videos free, current, and available for every student. Consider supporting by scanning the QR code to contribute. Any amount helps. Thank you. Let's walk through how to complete Form 3, the Risk Assessment Form. This form is all about identifying anything in your project that might pose a risk and showing how you plan to reduce or eliminate that risk. This should not be the first time you've been thinking of this, because these details should be included in your research plan as well. Whether you're using tools, chemicals, microorganisms, or just working in the field, this Form 3 helps make sure safety is built into your plan from the very beginning. Now, even though it's short, every part of Form 3 needs to be taken seriously. It should be filled out by you, the student, together with your direct supervisor or qualified scientist before you start any experimentation. We begin with your name and your project title at the top. Then we get into the real heart of the form. The first question asks you to identify and assess the risks and hazards in your project. This means you need to think carefully about what could go wrong. Are you using chemicals that could irritate your skin? Are you cutting, heating, or operating any machinery? Could you trip and fall during fieldwork? List everything you can think of that might be a risk. Next, you'll break those risks down in more detail. Part 2 has 2 parts. Part A asks you to list all hazardous chemicals, activities, or devices you'll be using. That could include bleach, sharp tools, soldering irons, lasers, you name it. If it's sharp, hot, corrosive, electrical, or reactive, it belongs here. Part B asks for any microorganisms you're using that are exempt from prior SRC approval. So if you're working with things like protists or yeast, which don't require full pre-approval but still carry some risk, make sure to list them here. Now let's talk safety. In question 3, you'll describe the precautions and procedures you'll use to stay safe. This is where you show you're taking responsibility. Will you wear gloves or goggles? Work under adult supervision? Use a fume hood? Include details like that here. And if you're doing field work, say what permits you have and what safety plans you've made, like what to do if there's lightning or wildlife nearby. Question 4 is all about disposal. If you're using anything that can't just be tossed in the trash, like biological samples, batteries, or chemicals, describe how you'll safely get rid of them. You can use the safety data sheets or SDS to help figure this out. These are official documents that explain how to handle, store, and dispose of hazardous materials. And finally, question 5 asks where you got your safety information. This might be your SDS sheets, advice from your mentor, lab safety training, or maybe your science teacher gave you guidance. Be sure to list those sources here. Once you've filled all that out, the bottom of the form needs to be signed and dated by your direct supervisor or qualified scientist. They're confirming that they've reviewed your plan, agree with your safety steps, and that they'll provide supervision. This is signed and dated prior to your experiment. They'll also write a short note about their experience and training that relates to your research area, basically explaining why they're qualified to oversee your work, and then add their contact information. And that's it. Form 3 is like your safety playbook. It shows that you've thought through the risks, that you know how to handle your materials and equipment, and that you're serious about doing science the right way, smart and safe. Nice job taking this seriously. Now you're one step closer to starting your research with confidence. Remember, help keep these resources free, current, and available for every student. Consider supporting by scanning the QR code to contribute. Any amount helps. Thank you.